Alright, we will finish tearing down this motor. The case is ready to be split, so we've got a couple 14mm heads on the top. We've got quite a few 10mm bolts on the back. We'll start by taking all those off. The drain bolt was here. Pulled that out. And we have a handful of 14mm bolts as well. Alright, looks like we are finished with these. We'll flip it up on this side. These here that I loosened. Oops. This is a keeper for a gear drum, a shift drum in the motor. Alright, we'll see if that will do it there. Pulling it apart, just be careful you don't tap on an area that'll break. Feels pretty solid still there, so we either have some more bolts here or it just still hasn't broke free yet. I'm not seeing any more bolts. Breaking free, so grab a couple flat, larger screwdrivers here so we're not damaging anything. And once you break that seal free, a lot of times it'll come up very easily. As easy as it gets when you're splitting the case anyways. Until it's loose enough that all the bolts are free, it's just catching on something. So we've got to kind of find what's holding us up here. Sometimes the dowel pin will be a little corroded and that'll hold things together. Rusty bearing. there is the culprit right there. This nut wasn't all the way off. It was loosened almost all the way, but it was keeping us together, so there you go, that's what it was. A lot of times it's just something simple. Once you find it, kicking yourself. Transmission on this is very simple. Here's the Kickstarter gear here, and that's in very good condition. Splines are good. Spline generally what goes bad. These are very good. This is the ratchet assembly here, and that looks good. Here's the crank. We'll go through there and see if that looks good. Cases look good. We've got a broken bolt here I saw earlier. Other than that, those look good. Transmission here. This one just pull right out. This attaches to the clutch. And this attaches to the sprocket, the chain drive sprocket. Catch them there. Now to get the shift trim out, these are a little tricky. So what you got to do is pull these. There's pins here, and you pull these two pins and then flip it upside down so it's this way. And there's two little keepers that'll drop out. So I'll pull those pins, and I'll show you those little keepers that are holding this in. So there's a pin there, there's one pin. There's the other pin. Before we do that, let's take this free. So we've got a bolt here. And that'll take this piece off. And we've got this. And this will actually, I guess, come out all together. So as soon as we flip it on end, and these, because of the oil, will sometimes like to stay in there. I might have had one drop. I'm just kind of knocking on that pin, trying to get those keepers out. What I might do is grab a magnet and see if we can pull them out that way. They are not wanting to come out of there. Alright, one is far enough out to let it slip by, but we'll catch, there we go. Now they're out. So this is what they look like here. These are the pins. And that's what was stuck in there, keeping us from getting those out. So we'll put those back in. The other one's out here, and then we'll slide these back on and slip these keepers back into place. And then put the pins back in. So simple process, just kind of a time-consuming one trying to get those pins out. And you can't even get it back on because it'll slide back down into place. So push it out a little bit, get it into this groove here, and then you can take and push it back in. There we go. And then put the other pin back in. And there's your shift drum. That allows it to spin on here without popping off. So it'll move like that there and won't pop off. That's why they do it that way. Then there is your cases.